You're not supposed to feel this yet, but something is off. Not loud, not obvious, just different. And if you've been paying attention, you've felt it too. Because on the surface, everything looks fine. The markets are up, people are spending, jobs still exist. But underneath that, something is quietly breaking, and almost nobody is ready for what's coming next in 2026. Let me explain. A few years ago, the US printed trillions of dollars. Stimulus checks, emergency relief, money everywhere. At the time, it felt like survival. But money doesn't just disappear after it's created. It circulates, it builds, it creates pressure. Therefore, prices started rising, slowly at first, then all at once. Groceries became expensive, rent shot up, living got heavier. Now most people think that was it. Inflation happened. It's over. But that was only the first layer, the visible one. The real shift? It's happening right now, quietly. And it's coming from three directions at once. First, debt. America runs on it. Credit cards, loans, mortgages, student debt. For years, borrowing was easy. Cheap money, low interest rates. But now, that's changed. Rates are higher, and they're not dropping as fast as people expected. Therefore, every loan feels heavier. Monthly payments rise, pressure builds. Now imagine millions of people already struggling with higher costs, but also dealing with rising debt payments. Therefore, financial stress doesn't stay small, it spreads. Second, this is where it gets uncomfortable. Because the job market isn't collapsing, it's transforming. AI is not coming, it's already here. At first it looked helpful, tools that make work faster, smarter, easier. But companies don't adopt technology just to help people. They adopt it to reduce cost. Therefore, one tool replaces multiple workers, slowly, quietly, and it doesn't feel like a crisis at first. It feels like efficiency until opportunities shrink. Competition increases, and stability starts to disappear. Now combine that with rising debt pressure. People owe more, but their income becomes less secure. Therefore, the system becomes fragile. Now the third piece, and this is the most dangerous one, the illusion. Look at the stock market. It looks strong, growing, confident. But markets don't always reflect reality. They reflect liquidity. As long as money flows, markets rise, even if the foundation is weak. Therefore, you get a false sense of security. Everything feels fine, until suddenly, it's not. And this is where 2026 comes in, not as a random year, but as a collision point. Debt pressure peaks, job transformation accelerates, market confidence stretches too far. Therefore, something has to break. And here's the scary part. It won't start with a big crash. It'll start small. Companies cutting costs quietly. Hiring slows down. Layoffs increase in pockets. Then spending drops. Businesses feel it. Profits shrink. Therefore, confidence starts falling. And when confidence drops, markets don't react slowly. They react fast. By the time most people notice, it's already happening. Now pause, because this part matters. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Every financial shift follows the same pattern. Build-up, blindness, trigger, reaction. Right now, we're between blindness and trigger. And most people don't prepare during this phase, because nothing feels urgent. You can still scroll, still spend, still ignore the signals. But that comfort is temporary. Therefore, preparation feels unnecessary until it becomes critical. Let me talk to you directly. If this shift happens, there will be two types of people, those who panic and those who position. The first group reacts late. They make emotional decisions, they follow the crowd. But the second group, they move early. They adapt, they stay calm while others panic. And the difference between them is simple. Timing. Not intelligence, not luck. Timing. So what do you actually do? Because knowing this, without action, changes nothing. So let's simplify it. If 2026 is a shift, then your goal is simple. Don't be fragile, be flexible. First, control your cash, not by hoarding it blindly, but by being intentional. If money loses value faster, therefore, you don't let it sit useless. You learn where it grows, where it's protected. Second, upgrade your income. This is not optional anymore. A single source of income used to be safe, but now, it's a risk. Therefore, you build something extra, a skill, a side income, something not controlled by one employer. Because in uncertain times, flexibility beats stability. Third, become harder to replace. AI will replace average work, repetitive work, predictable work, but it won't easily replace creativity, decision-making, communication. Therefore, you don't compete with machines. You move above them. Fourth, stay ready for opportunity. Because chaos always creates openings, always. But only for people who are prepared. Therefore, you don't panic. You observe. You move when others freeze. And finally, control your mindset. Because most people don't lose in financial shifts. They lose control. They panic. They follow noise. They react too late. But if you stay calm, if you stay aware, if you stay prepared, therefore, you don't just survive the shift, you benefit from it. Now understand this clearly. 2026 is not something to fear. It's something to respect. Because every financial shift creates two outcomes: loss for the unprepared, opportunity for the aware. And the line between those two? It's not luck. It's action taken early. So no, nobody is ready for what's coming next. But you don't have to be nobody. You just have to see it early, understand it deeper, and act before it becomes obvious. Because by the time 2026 fully hits, the game will already be in motion. And the only question left will be, did you see it coming, or did it hit you like everyone else? Because the truth is, it's already starting right now.